Hello again, everyone. Michael here with Felicity. November 8033Fox, a Cessna flight training device that I built right here at home. I hope you're all doing well and safe wherever you may be around the world. Welcome back to the channel. It is Friday, the 16th of August, 2024 here in Central Ohio. And before we get started, I do want to give a quick thank you to Quartz1, who came in with a new channel follow while we were offline. So I appreciate that and look forward to flying with you in the near future. Okay, it has been a week since we've flown. I do apologize about that. And during that time frame, Explain 12.1.2 Beta 1 was released. That does include Laminar's Caribbean update. Really excited to try this out. Does include brand new ortho photos of the area. Does include terrain objects. I had the opportunity to check it out, some screenshots earlier. It looks really amazing. So that being said, that is our plan. We're going to check out 3 brand new airports today. We're going to depart out of St. Martin as Tango November Charlie Mike. And we'll go ahead and pick up our familiar corridor down to St. Bartholomew. Tango Foxtrot, Foxtrot, Juliet. It does propose an interesting approach, and I'll talk more about that as we make our way there. But there are some mandatory reporting points that we will be calling out. Due to the lack of VATSIM ATC coverage in the area, I've decided we're going to go ahead and try the SayIntentions AI ATC trial. We have 24 hours to play around with that. I figured this evening might be a good time. Whether or not it works with mandatory reporting points, I don't know. I guess that's something I'll find out. But pending on our arrival into St. Bart's, there could be, one of 3 reporting points we'd have to call out. There's Horseshoe, Grouper, Coco, and these are all just little islands there that are relatively close to the 1-0 approach. And then Sugarloaf is our final reporting point that we would call out. And once we're over Sugarloaf, approaching runway 10, we need to keep an eye out for a pair of windsocks. It used to just be one on the northwest corner. They have added a second one on the southwest corner, almost adjacent from each other. So the theory is to aim our aircraft in between both of those windsocks, and that puts us right on the 10 final approach path. The windsocks that we'll be seeing this evening in this scenery is an overlay. It was not distributed with the Beta 1. I created this overlay scenery to sit on top of it and put it on the .org website, available for download to anybody that's interested in that. So from St. Bart's, we'll proceed southwest to the little tiny island of Saba. I can't actually pronounce the name of the airport, but the identifier is Tango November Charlie Sierra. So those are our 3 focus target airports this evening, and what I'll do now is just going to go ahead and plug this route right here into ForeFlight, and we'll kind of get an idea as to how long of a flight we're going to have. So we're Tango November Charlie Mike. That's where we are. We want to go to Tango Foxtrot Foxtrot Juliet. That's our first destination, and then we will depart there and head to Tango November Charlie Sierra, which is the island of Saba, and then back to Tango November Charlie Mike. So that puts us about 68 nautical miles or so, if it's just all straight lines. But that does give us all three opportunities to check out the 3 brand new airports in X-Plane. I mean, I guess we could start it anywhere, I guess, but we could start at St. Bart's. But I think part of the fun of this flight is going to be the approach into St. Bart's, and then the approach into Saba Island there. So real quick, let's go ahead and talk information-wise about our 3 airports. I'm not going to give it a full new craft for all of them. That takes up quite a lot of time, so we're not going to go over NOTAMs or anything like that. We're just going to touch base on weather and runway lengths. That's what I want to know right now. I'm not worried about fuel requirements, takeoff, landing, and performance, NOTAMs. I'm not worrying about anything because we're utilizing this SayIntentions AI, and I don't know how familiar it's going to work out just yet. But Princess Juliana gives us a runway east-west of 7,500 feet by 150 feet wide, so that is plenty long enough for our aircraft, our little 172. Weather right now, winds were reported 080 at 6 knots, 6-mile visibility, rain showers in the vicinity, and then few clouds at 1,600 above ground level, which ground level here is pretty much sea level, so we figure, well, few, that's not even a ceiling for us. But on the way there will probably be 1,500 feet. Because those going to Juliana from St. Bart's are generally 1,800 feet, so we need to keep that 300 feet vertical separation of that southeast traffic and northwest traffic. So yeah, runway information at St. Bart's. East-west runway 2,100 feet, so that's less than 1/3 of our departing runway and less than 1/2 of its width at 60 feet wide. Also goes downhill straight into the water if you're not careful. Gotta be on speeds. Wind right now 100 at 10 knots, so that is going to give us sort of, well, no, it's not going to give us much of a crosswind. Well, that's no fun today. We might be having to change that in sim. Haven't decided yet what we're going to do. And then from there, we'll proceed southwest to Saba, Tango November Charlie Sierra. Its runway is 1,315 feet by 50 feet wide. So I got about 800 feet less than what we have at St. Bart's. But we also have water at the end of this runway. So we need to factor our approaches carefully, considering the winds. Right now, we'll still say winds are variable-ish, but still roughly right around out of the east there. So as far as a crosswind challenge, it doesn't look like we're going to be experiencing much of that if we use real-world weather. So that's our plan. Looks like St. Martin has a VOR. Everything else is VFR. Although, I highly doubt Saba has one, but just curious. I don't think St. Bart's has an instrument approach. Yeah, does not. Okay. So that is our plan. That is what our intention is going to be this evening. Speaking of intentions, let's go ahead and share my screen here, and then we will take a look at SayIntentions AI. Let's just try it for free, see what happens here. Okay, want to give it a try. Scroll to sign up. How to get started. Okay. Okay. Charge $1 for the demo, which will be immediately refunded. And trial will expire 24 hours after you make your first transmission to ATC. Okay. Terms of service. Let me read this terms of service real quick. Refund. No refunds will be provided. Okay. Users may cancel at any time, which will disable the automatic renewal. Service access will continue until the end of the billing cycle, which would make sense, and that's exactly what I would hope. Company reserves the right to monitor and record. Okay, specific prohibition against AI misuse, which I don't think we'll really have to worry about that. Illegal activities, hijacking, spamming, yeah, we don't even need to worry about that. Entertainment purposes only, no real-world application. That's probably a part of their disclaimer they had to put in there. Okay, looks good. Let's go ahead and see what we can do here in November. Let's see. Discord handle. I don't know why they want to know that, but we'll give it that anyway. Alright, I am going to stop sharing my screen here. And I gotta just remember to stop using the number pad. Okay, because that switches my scenes. Product type. Free 24-hour demo. I agree. I understand. I agree. I'm not a robot. Select all squares with motorcycles. Let's try that. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere. Oh. This is where they want my money part. Okay, well we're gonna have to switch back out of this just for another second here. While I fill this stuff out. I guess I'm gonna have to go and grab that thing. I shall be right back. Sorry about that delay. So yeah, just note that if this is something that you are considering doing the demo of, they still want payment information. Charge that $1. as opposed to just a download. I gotta figure out a different way to remember that. But when I'm in the plane, that's really the only way easiest way I can switch scenes from in there, because we stream from out here, but we're in there, so I got the wireless number pad in there, which works out great, but not so great when I'm sitting in here because I forget what I do with it out there. Okay. Okay. Save my info for one-click checkout with link. No. Nope, not saving nothing. Okay. So now that that's done, now I can do this again, and great to have you around. Your account is now created. Your 24-hour trial will begin after your first transmission. Okay, so it looks like this will need to be run on the X-Plane PC. Let's just go ahead and download it here. Main application. X-Plane VR add-on, we don't need that. MSFS VR add-on, we don't need that. I guess we just need this main application. Download size appears to be just over 30 megabytes at 30.3, so not terrible. Okay, we'll open this up, and then we will go ahead and drag this to the X-Plane computer. Okay, we're just gonna put it right in the X-Plane directory, and then we'll grab it out of there. Okay, so I think now I think we need to head to the X-Plane computer, because downloaded the application, moved it over to the X-Plane PC, so now we can head over there and unzip it and run it and see if it'll connect to X-Plane, I guess, without us having to restart X-Plane. If we need to restart it, that's fine. I'm just curious if it will go ahead and grab it since it's already running. So that being said, let's head on over to the plane and handle those tasks, and then if everything goes well, we'll get our flight started. So I'll see you over there in just a minute. Alright everyone, sorry to keep you waiting. I do want to say welcome aboard, Felicity, and my name is Michael. I will be your pilot today. Well, while this has popped up, I do want to call out one of my favorite features about my recent investment into X-Plane Professional is that it will do hardware checks for me. So even though I don't necessarily fly right seat, it's not a control I generally check during my pre-flight. But when I set controls now, the professional version gives me an option to select a box that says required for flight training. So by selecting that box, it checks, that these hardware, the rudder pedals, the yoke, is actually connected and reading properly. If X-Plane did no longer recognized either of the controls, it would come up with a warning. So I do very, very much enjoy that. Also goes and says checking the frame rate and whether or not flight training is approved, and we are. Okay, so we are sitting inside of X-Plane here. The right view is my main X-Plane monitor and my main Windows monitor. We did download that client to our X-Plane 12 directory, and it was a zip file. And where is it at here? SayIntentions AI.zip. So let's go ahead and drag that out of there into my desktop. The reason I have to do it like that is because I don't share all folders with the slave computer. I only share specific ones. SayIntentions AI. Okay, so we'll go ahead and extract that exe to the desktop. SayIntentions install.exe. Welcome to the SayIntentions setup. Click next. Installation folder. I'll just leave that as default. It probably knows where it wants to go. And then install. Launch SayIntentions AI. Yes. And I imagine it's going to have us go through a setup. Okay, so it's asking for our account information, so we'll just put in what we signed up with. That's probably to verify billing. Alright, that would be my guess. Sim brief required for IFR. Flight plan will activate. So if we want to fly IFR, we need to file a sim brief flight plan. Guess I'll have to learn how to do that. We're not going to do student pilot mode. We're not going to do always on top. Okay. Identity, Skyhawk. Well, I guess we are a Skyhawk. Okay, November 8033 Foxtrot. What do you want ATC to call you? Long call sign or a short call sign? Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot, Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot. Okay. Headset, microphone. set. Flight sound X. Okay. Looks good there. Controls. Com radio, push to talk. Oh, how do I know which button this is? Choose the event. Okay, there it is. Don't need to worry about intercom, push to talk, or anything like that, because my intercom is built into the sim here. Pre-recorded, live. Here are other live SayIntentions pilots who are currently within radio range. Alright, sounds good. Here are other SayIntentions pilots who were within radio range at some point in the past. Pre-recorded multiplayer. No, I don't want to hear that currently. Share my audio. Sure, why not? Intercom, not gonna worry about. That right now. Active Sky, not gonna worry about integrating that right now. Airplane. Okay. Okay. And, okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so it's saying to me in here, I recognize that we're at Princess Juliana. It's got various frequencies here that are populating in this window. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to check that against the info that I'm looking at here in ForeFlight, ATIS 127.65, and that checks correct. Delivery 121.65 is clearance. Okay, that checks correct. Tower 118.7 checks correct. Approach 128.95, that is correct. Alright. Must disable X-Plane's built-in ATC and disable automatic frequency changes, which I'm pretty sure we have those disabled anyway. So are we good to go? Like, it looks like it's connected. Destination unknown, ground handling instructions may not be accurate. Okay, so if I click the pilot portal button, it looks like it takes me to the SayIntentions website here. Discord looks like it would open up their Discord server. If I click the new flight button, looks like it re-establishes my location. So maybe if I move somewhere, move to a different airport, I click that new flight button and it will re-recognize where I'm at. I'm guessing that's what that is all about. But it looks like I'm connected to COM 1 here, so yeah, I think we're good to go. I think. Start up the flight controls. We'll check and see. We'll make sure that X-Plane ATC is disabled. Enable air traffic control. Okay. Okay. Done there. Is that it? Now I think are we good to go? Flight controls are started up. We don't need the VATSIM XPilot client. What is this? Sidecar updater. You need to install desk runtime. Guess I need to install a runtime thing. Installation was successful. Okay. So SayIntentions AI called that. So I think what I'll do, since I just installed that, is go ahead and close this out and maybe reopen it just to make sure that I guess it's doing whatever it needs to do. KW for Life, hello, welcome. Hope you're doing well. We're getting ready to fly the Caribbean. Once we get SayIntentions AI up and running here. Waiting for Flight Simulator. Okay, it's connected. How about that? Alright. I didn't notice any sort of FPS drop or performance hit once it started there. So that's good. Our frequencies here seem to be accurate. So let's see what we can do here. And I'm gonna go ahead and connect the X-plane control pad. Alright, and I'm just going to use the X-plane control pad here. We're going to go under weight, and we're just going to go ahead and fill up both fuel tanks right here from our iOS control pad. Takeoff weight is right around 2,050 pounds with you and I on board with our gear, and about 20 pounds of baggage in the rear. Okay. Let's go ahead and get some lights on, beacon, landing, taxi, nav, strobe, pitot heat, flaps down. And do a quick walk around. I'm just going to call it out. Baggage door is secure. Left rudder cable's tight. Elevator, rudder free and correct. Beacon and anti-collision light are working there. Right rudder cable looks good. VOR antennas are in place. Right flap looks good there. Nice and tight. Right aileron is free and correct. Strobe's on the right with the green. Honker 125. Good evening, buddy. Coming in with a subscription to the channel 21 months in a row, almost 2 years. And I can't believe it's really been that long. It seems like just yesterday I was a student pilot, and here I am over a year in being a private pilot. So welcome on in, my friend. Pleasure to have you. We're here on the ground at Princess Juliana. Let's finish pre-flight here, though. I walk around. So strobe is good. Green nav light on the right. Right main is inflated. No signs of oil leaks. Front strut looks good. Front main is good. Exhaust is secure. Prop and spinner look good. Alternate static source is clear. Pitot tube is warm to the touch, so we can get the pitot heat off. Stall horn, taxi light, and landing light are all working, so we can get those loads off of there. Our strobe on the left is working. We can get that off. The red nav light looks good. Left aileron is free and correct. Left flap is nice and tight. Left main looks good. And fuel caps are installed. and streamlined. Okay, our pre-flight walk around looks good. I did remember to bring my St. Bart cheat sheet with me. It does have the reporting points on a map here. But I've been out of here in there enough times. I think I know it by now. But we are gonna keep that handy. Okay, walk around was good. What else we got on our checklist here? Did that. I'm gonna skip over the full passenger safety briefing and just go over the safety acronym: seat belts, air vents, fire extinguishers behind us, exit right and left. Point out any airplanes you see in the sky, and if you have any questions about that, now would be the time to ask. Hobbs and tech time 167.5, and this plane circuit breakers are all in, and alternate static air is also in. Let's move right along to our startup checklist. Seat track, let me get scooted up so I can reach the flight controls here. Okay, avionics are off, autopilot is off, carb heat is off, mixture is going to go full rich. Throttle slight. Let's go 4 on the primer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, primer is in and locked. Okay, master's on, beacon is on, and brakes are gonna go on. And let's just make sure that we are clear. We are clear on the left, we are clear in the front, we are clear right, and we are clear behind us. Okay, clear prop. Mags are gonna go to start right away. I'm looking for oil pressure and engine RPM. If I do not have either one of those, we'll be shut down because there's a problem. Clear. Okay, we do have engine RPM, oil pressure is right there in the green where it needs to be. Let's go ahead and get our taxi light on so that we can be seen, and that completes our startup checklist. Moving along to our pre-taxi checklist. Seat belts, let me get that on. Okay. Flaps are going to go up. Avionics going to go on. ATIS. Well, this will be kind of the trial. Let's see if we can pull the ATIS on 127.65. Try it on 127.65.
N use. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. VFR departures contact clearance delivery on 121.65. Advise on initial contact. You have information Sierra.
I'm gonna have to look into that COM 1, COM 2
Princess Juliana
thing.
International Airport, information Sierra. 2300 Zulu. Wind 065 at 6. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, view at 1600 feet. Temperature 30. Dew point 27. QNH 1016. Arriving and departing runway 10. Visual approaches in use. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. BFR departures contact clearance delivery on 121.65, advise on initial contact you have information Sierra.
Information Sierra, hey
Princess
Drippy, hello?
Juliana International Airport, information Sierra. 2300 Zulu. Wind 065 at 6. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, view at 1600 feet. Temperature 30. Dew point 27. QNH 1016. Arriving and departing runway 10. Visual approaches in use. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. BFR departures contact clearance delivery on 121.65, advise on initial contact you have information Sierra.
Sierra.
Princess Julie.
Okay. On course heading in degrees. So on course heading would be right around 130. Altitude, we're gonna say 1500 feet. Field elevation here is 14 feet. So we'll set our altimeter to that. Okay. Hawker just ordered a new and larger hard drive to update X-Plane. Well, outstanding. I highly recommend the update. And then go and grab my St. Bart's windsock overlay on the xplane.org forum to go on top of the update. It brings a lot more realism to the approach into St. Bart's. Okay, 14 feet, transitions 5,000, so we're going to be 1,500 feet. Delivery 121.65. Well, we'll see what happens here. Juliana clearance, November 8033 Foxtrot, type 172, parked here at the north ramp. Looking for a VFR departure, heading 130 degrees. Maybe. Oops, had that on. Let's see what our window's saying here. Nobody is listening on 121.65. Because 121.65. It heard me. Responded with nobody. Okay. Maybe it's because my audio receiver was off there. Let's try this again. Juliana clearance, November 8033 Foxtrot, type Cessna 172, parked here at the north ramp. Looking for a VFR departure, heading 130 degrees.
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, hey Michael. The boys in the FBO told me you were new here. Welcome to SayIntentions. I'll have your clearance in just a second.
Whoa.
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, on departure, maintain VFR at or below 1500 feet. Departure on 128.9 or 5, squawk 3642.
At or below 1500 feet, departure 128.95, squawk 3642, November 8033 Foxtrot.
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, read back correct. Tower is on 118.7. Safe flight, sir.
Whoa! Over the tower, 118.7, Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, thank you. Alright, that's pretty cool. Now, he didn't give me any taxi instructions, and I'm not at the hold short. Makes me wonder if I call tower for taxi. Maybe so. I would think ground, but Juliana does not have a ground frequency. We have delivery, tower, and approach. Well, Captain Bamboozle, welcome. Boombazo. Keep messing that up. Juliana Tower, November 8033 Foxtrot, north ramp, ready to taxi with clearance.
Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot, Juliana Tower, taxi to runway 10 via Alpha.
Runway 10 via Alpha, Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, thank you. Okay. Park and break off. Let's just go around this tug truck here. Yeah, we'll clear those ladders. Maybe. Yeah, we got it. Okay, so so far so good, I think. We've been on COM 1. I had to pull the ATIS on COM 1. I'm not sure how I like that. I'm gonna have to investigate to see if there's a COM 2 setting that I am overlooking somewhere. Because ATIS was 127.65, so that's on there.
Short instructions. VFR departures contact clearance delivery on 121.65.
So maybe I just hadn't waited long enough for the initial. Well, that's not the taxiway Alpha. The taxiway Alpha is over here, Michael. What else we got here on our pre-taxi checklist? We were so excited we didn't even finish our pre-taxi checklist. Transponders on, altitude mode, ADSB is tied into our nav lights. Let's get those on. Altimeter or heading indicator to compass. Looks like something right about there for now. We'll double check that once we stop. It knew my name. I mean, granted, I typed it in when I signed up, but it knew my name. Alright, Alpha's gonna be to the right here. Okay, ADSB, radio, nav lights, taxi lights on, heading indicator, compass, attitude indicator, and turn coordinator both seem to be working as we are taxiing our way down here. We'll get down here, we'll do a run-up, and then get a hold of tower, let them know we're holding a short runway 10. That's if they don't see me beforehand and tell me to go ahead and take off. Don't see any traffic behind us. So we should be good to do our run up without necessarily having to sidestep. Winds were 065 at 6.
Approaching runway 10.
Okay, approaching runway 10. Okay. Run up checklist. Let's get this knocked out of the way. Brakes are on, fuel is on both. Flight controls down right, up on the left, down on the left, up on the right. Elevator, rudder are free and correct. What else we got here? Primers in and locked, mixtures in for best power. 1600 on the tack, here we go. Brakes are on. Hold the brakes. Left mag, okay, there's an RPM drop. Let's get back to both. Right mag, there's a drop. Back to both. Let's get our carb heat on. There's a drop. Let's pull the idle back and see if we can maintain running with carb heat on and pull down idle. Everything's good there. 1500.
Diamond 371 Bravo Charlie, turn left heading 270, contact departure. Left to 270, contacting departure, Diamond 371 Bravo Charlie.
Suction's in the green, oil pressure, oil temperature look good. We've got good fuel flow. Let's go ahead and idle back here. Double check our heading indicator to compass. Now that we're still. Okay, strobe's gonna go on, and let's get a hold of tower and let them know we're ready to go.
Warrior Tree 71 Bravo Charlie, enter right base, runway 27. Right base, runway 27 for Warrior Tree 71 Bravo Charlie.
Juliana Tower, Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, holding short runway 10, ready to go.
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, runway 10, wind 065 at 6, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 10, Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot. Alright. So far, so good. We've got a clearance out of clearance. We got taxi instruction. We got takeoff clearance. Everything with the AI has worked as
Skylane 422 Alpha Mike, extend downwind spacing for departing traffic. Extending downwind, Skylane 422 Alpha Mike.
Alright, so full power, rudder for center. A little bit of wind correction in. Too much wind correction. Alright, she's ready to go. Let's rotate. Stay over the runway. Whoa.
At your 2 o'clock, about 2 miles out, you'll see the stunning Simpson Bay Beach. Now this beach is famous for its soft white sand and crystal clear waters, making it a popular spot for tourists and locals alike. Legend has it that a pirate once buried his treasure here, but it was never found because he forgot where he put it after a particularly wild night of rum and dancing. Speaking of wild nights, my friend Toby once tried to impress a girl at this beach by doing a backflip off a sunbed. He miscalculated and ended up landing face first in the sand, which was quite a sight. So if you see any sunbeds, just remember to keep your acrobatics to a minimum.
Whoa, that was interesting.
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, contact departure.
Over to departure, Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot. 128.95.
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, contact Juliana departure on 128.95.
Over to Juliana departure, 128.95, Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot. Juliana departure, Skyhawk November 8033 Foxtrot, 1,300, climbing 1,500.
Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot, Juliana approach, radar contact.
I had no idea that tourist up was even going to be present, so that's interesting. Alright, 1500, let's pull some power back here. And get ourselves in their cruise. And maintain a heading of 130. So that's Horseshoe there. Okay, that must be Grouper. With the X-Plane's new scenery, it might look, these islands might look a little bit different than my ortho, so I just want to make sure that I'm approaching from the right recording point. Flying with Mike, hello, long time. So I do apologize, I do miss a lot of your streams. They do happen while I'm generally at work, but I do want to pop in and at least say hi next time I see you. Welcome in, my friend, I hope you're doing well. We are en route to St. Bartholomew, St. Mark's, departing out of Princess Juliana. I was hoping for a bit of a stronger crosswind coming in today. Although we might have some weather that could prove to be a little bit challenging here, it looks like, as it's starting to rain down on us.
Bonanza 46 Lima, Quebec, climb to 4000, contact approach on 135.6.
Climbing to 4000, switching to 135.646 Lima, Quebec.
JJ, so far it's proven to be pretty decent, I think, thus far. I've been pretty impressed. Alright, so our reporting point of Grouper is coming up here. Just don't know if I should try to call it out. I guess I could, I should. I normally would. We'll see what happens. Yeah, the VATSIM FNO is happening up there in the northwest today. We're hanging out down here in the way southeast.
Skyhawk 8033, Foxtrot, Juliana approach, say destination.
We would like to head to Tango, Foxtrot, Foxtrot, Juliet. Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot.
33 Foxtrot, good afternoon.
Juliana approach, Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot is a beam grouper, mandatory reporting point. I might just confuse him with that.
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, say again your request or intention.
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, we would like to land at Tango, Foxtrot, Foxtrot, Juliet.
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, cleared for visual approach runway 10 at TFFJ. Contact tower on 118.7, when ready.
At our 12 o'clock, about 9 kilometers away, you can see the Gustavia Lighthouse. This charming little structure was built in 1960 and stands proudly at 29 feet tall, guiding ships safely to the harbor. Now, my friend Toby once thought it would be a good idea to climb it for a better view, but he got stuck halfway up because he was trying to take a selfie with a seagull. The seagull, however, was not impressed and just squawked at him until he gave up and slid back down. So if you ever think about climbing a lighthouse, just remember Toby's tale and maybe stick to taking photos from the ground.
Alright, so we're at 1,500 feet until we cross over Sugarloaf, and then at Sugarloaf we'll start making a descent down to 800 feet. We were cleared for the visual approach, and we were told to contact tower when ready. Do we want to go check out this lighthouse, maybe? These winds are a lot less forgiving than I was hoping they would be, so we can probably do that. Okay. Juliana Tower, November 8033 Foxtrot, 2 miles out, landing 10. Alright, Sugarloaf, power out, carpet
Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot, Juliana Tower, wind 040 at 4, runway 10, cleared to land.
Clear to land, runway 10, Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot. We need to get down to 800 feet. Flaps 10, we're in the white arc, power's out. Alright, windsocks are in sight. The goal is to aim between them. In the real world, for the rear world approach, imagine a rope strung between both windsocks. You don't want to break that rope, nor do you want to come in below that rope on your approach. So it is a relatively steep approach once we cross that windsock threshold. We're 800 feet right now. Okay. Airspeed is 70 miles per hour. Tell you what, let's bring in flaps 2. Now we're getting some of that wind. Approach speed 60 miles per hour. Alright, there's our wind socks. We don't want to be below them. Alright, let's drop it down in there. Alright, I feel like I was too low on my approach, or my airspeed was a bit too low, actually, on that approach.
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, welcome to Juliana. Taxi to parking at your discretion and stay on this frequency.
Taxi to parking and will remain on this frequency. Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, thank you. Okay, car peats off, strobes going off. Yeah, I couldn't imagine flying a small jet into here either, but it's been done. Funny story, this is an iconic airport, but these two hold short lines here, the 1-0 threshold, were reversed for the longest time. And so back at Flight Sim Expo 2023, so just over a year ago, you know, because I didn't want to take it on and possibly offend this airport at all as a project of mine. So I let Laminar know, Julian, the gateway moderator, well, one of the gateway moderators now. I went ahead and let him know, and he corrected it. So it's nice to see that those corrections got into the release here. Okay, we are still on tower frequency. Jet. Okay, let's park here for a minute and then we'll see if we can't get a clearance over to, or at least a departure clearance over to Saba. I don't think we have any sort of weather here. No, we do not. Alright. Juliana Tower, November 8033 Foxtrot is at the ramp, looking to pick up VFR departure to the southwest.
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, runway 10, wind 090 at 4, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 10, cleared for takeoff, Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot. Well, I'm not quite at the hold short. So great little airport. Lots of neat updates by Laminar that I can tell. Let's just hop out and take a look here. So we do have a custom terminal. Airport de Saint Barthélemy. Yeah, so custom terminal looks good. Still some of the original or preceding scenery pack that I can see, but there have definitely been some improvements. Okay, let's get over to runway 10. Flaps going up. Strobes going up. Don't need to do another run up. He cleared me for takeoff.
Approaching runway 10.
So we're still cleared for takeoff.
Entered runway 10. 2,000 feet remaining.
2,000 feet. Alright, we'll just treat this as a short field. Okay, nose is gonna go full forward. Power is gonna go in. I'm holding the brakes. I'm letting that RPM build. We see that windsock moving all sorts of different ways, so I'm not gonna put any wind correction in and just hope for the best here, but she's ready to go. Let's let the brakes off. Keep that nose wheel planted. We want that air to move over those wings faster. Alright, she's ready to go. And whoop, we're up. Okay. And let's get down and then watch out for that tree. Whoa. Wind correction, Michael, wind correction. Okay, well, we're up. Let's go ahead and make a turn so we don't run into that building over there. Captain Boombazo. Yeah, they did put a lot of focus on scenery, and I think one of
At your 3 o'clock, about 3 kilometers away, you can see the Piscines Naturelles Grand Fond. Now this isn't just any old swimming pool, oh no, it's a natural wonder, created by Mother Nature herself, who apparently had a lot of free time on her hands. These pools are like nature's own hot tubs, formed by volcanic activity and filled with crystal clear water. Legend has it that if you swim in these pools, you'll be granted the ability to speak fluent dolphin. But don't ask me how that works, because my friend Toby once tried it and ended up just barking like a seal instead. He was so embarrassed that he had to swim back to shore and pretend he was just practicing for a role in a marine-themed play. So, if you fancy a dip, just remember to keep your dolphin conversations to a minimum.
Oh, these tours really are kind of cracking me up. Melvin Leroy, hello, happy Friday to you as well. But anyway, what I was saying, they focused on scenery and a Caribbean update, I think, to inspire more people to try the demo out. Because if you would be able to demo something
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, contact departure.
something like this versus, just the Seattle area. Over to departure, Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot. Juliana departure, Skyhawk November 8033 Foxtrot is currently 800 feet, and we're going to climb to 1,800 feet. Melvin, there's definitely an improvement.
Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot, Juliana approach, climb altitude 1800 feet.
1800 feet, Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot. Juliana approach, Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot. We would like to pick up VFR flight following to Tango November Charlie Sierra.
CDR at 3.9 miles.
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, you are already under flight following. Continue as planned.
Okay, well that's cool.
Yeah, they gave me a squawk, so I guess they are flight following me, even though I didn't necessarily request it. Okay, well, we'll just continue as planned. That's cool. Now, let's go check out some of this coastal area here at St. Bart's. Alright, Carpy's gonna come on. I'm gonna drop us down a couple 100 feet or so. Let's go run the water for a little bit. Melvin, I posted the link to the windsock overlay I did for St. Bart's in your Discord, so if you want to try out the new airports, I highly recommend you grab that from the .org as well. So anybody that's received instruction on flying the approach into St. Bart's is aware of the two windsocks and knows to aim between them. So unfortunately that was not in the update. So not wanting to interfere with the update, I just created a simple overlay that sits on top and puts them in the appropriate places. It excludes the default one and the shrubbery that's not on the actual 1-0 approach end. Alright, it's going to get a little bit bumpy as we get down here closer to the water, I'm sure, but I want to go check out some of these boats. That's a new ship there. It says Meyer Bulk on the side of it. Oh, hang on. Gonna get a quick view of this lighthouse here. That was the lighthouse we heard about in our tour. And there's that boat I want to land the plane on. It's got a helipad on it. I think it'll be alright. Full power, carcane off. Make sure we can get enough airspeed so I don't knife us out of the sky. Water's definitely got some different colors to it. I highly doubt it would even be feasible in this plane. Maybe if we had a Cub.
Japan Airlines 701, turn right, heading 150 vectors for the ILS approach.
Right to 150 vectors for the ILS Japan Airlines 701.
But this boat here has a helipad on it. I don't know if we would do that in a 172. On to Saba. Alright, that tiny little airport that we're going to, runway is 1,300 feet long, field elevation is 138 feet. 138, so I figure we want to be maybe 1,100 as we're coming in. That's going to be maybe...
At our 9 o'clock, about 6 kilometers away, we can see the Piscines Naturelles Grand Fond, which is a fancy way of saying natural pools. These pools were formed by volcanic activity, which is just nature's way of saying, look what I can do. They're like Mother Nature's own swimming pools, but without the chlorine or the lifeguard who always looks like they'd rather be anywhere else. Now, speaking of pools, my friend Toby once decided to impress a group of tourists by doing a cannonball into one of these natural pools. Unfortunately, he miscalculated and ended up belly flopping right onto a family of unsuspecting iguanas. The look on their faces was priceless, and Toby spent the rest of the day trying to apologize to them in what I can only assume was iguana language. So if you ever visit, just remember to check for wildlife before you dive in.
Toby's made some poor life choices. We are over some big water, so normally we would be at a higher altitude in the real plane, just in case. But I want to kind of stay low, kind of check out the water, check out some of the new boats, new objects, that sort of thing.
Skyhawk 3-3 Foxtrot, maintain VFR altitudes.
Maintain VFR altitude, Skyhawk 3-3 Foxtrot. Oops, he probably got mad that I was kind of low. Okay, so, well, I have... How do I put this? SayIntentions AI hasn't not worked in the way that I expected it to. So far everything has been, done what it's supposed to do. The only thing that I'm curious about is oh yeah, I did figure that out. So Comp 2 does work. I just didn't wait long enough initially. Looks like we're about 25 miles from Saba, 1,300 feet. Let's see, destination... Tango, November, Charlie, Sierra. Activate. Heading at about 250. Double check our heading indicator to compass. I actually see reflections of the mountain in the water. That's pretty cool. Ground speed right now is 118 knots. We're indicating 120 miles per hour, so right around 110 knots. I do want to thank everyone for coming in and hanging out with me for a bit this evening. Do greatly appreciate it. I know you all have a choice of who you want to come in and watch on Twitch. So yeah, I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me for a little bit. I know my friend Melvin Leroy was in here a little bit earlier. He might still be a fellow Twitch streamer. So if you get a minute, please go check out his channel. He does a lot of various types of flying, from bush flying all the way up to cargo and heavy metal. So, Offer 125, yeah, I'm so happy you came in today. I really, really am. I hope that your project is coming along. It may be a slow process, but I do hope that it is coming along. Okay, let's talk about our approach into Saba. Looks like we can come in on either, well, we probably ought to come in on the 45 degree to grab a left downwind for runway 12. And I say that because we're already kind of set up on a nice 45 degree entry to grab a left downwind for runway 12. Now, if I remember right, runway 30 is right-hand traffic. It doesn't necessarily say, but I'm pretty sure it's right-hand traffic to avoid, you know, flying into that mountain on your crosswind if you're departing runway 30. Sparky Pilot, hello, welcome on in. We're testing out X-Plane's new Caribbean update in 12.1.2 Beta 1, as well as testing out. This is my first look at SayIntentions AI. So we're not using VATSIM, we're not using Pilot Edge, we're utilizing artificial intelligence for our flight this evening from SayIntentions, and I gotta say, so far I've been relatively impressed with how it's handled things. I have not actually looked at the pricing yet, but so far I am impressed. Outstanding. Outstanding, Sparky.
ATC at 6.2 miles.
So yeah, all new orthophoto scenery straight out of the box for X-Plane 12. I mean, that's just amazing. I imagine we might get a handoff to tower, even though it would be Juliana Tower. That's the other thing I'm going to wonder. I wonder if the SayIntentions AI actually follows real-world operating hours.
At your 10 o'clock, about 24 kilometers away, you'll spot the natural pools, which are basically nature's own swimming pools, but without the chlorine and the lifeguard who always seems to be judging you. These pools were formed by volcanic activity, which is just a fancy way of saying the Earth got a bit too hot and decided to bubble up. They're surrounded by stunning rock formations and lush greenery, making it a perfect spot for a dip or a selfie, if you're into that sort of thing. Speaking of dips, My friend Toby once thought it would be a good idea to impress some tourists by doing a cannonball into one of these pools. He misjudged the depth and ended up doing a belly flop instead. The locals still talk about it, mostly because it sounded like a whale had just breached the surface.
Oh, poor Toby. That's interesting. Do I have the airport environment in sight? I think I do. Outstanding, Sparky. Did you get wooden arrows with hand-fletched feathers for your longbow? They haven't handed me off. Juliana Tower, November 8033 Foxtrot. 2 miles northeast of Tango November Charlie Sierra. We'd like to land.
Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot, Juliana Tower, wind 075 at 5, runway 12 cleared to land.
Runway 12 cleared to land, Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot. So 1100 feet was going to be pattern altitude, is that what I decided? We're 1400 feet now. Let's pull some power back. Let's get us down there. We're in the white arc. Let's grab flaps 10 now. Just because. Outstanding, Sparky. Good deal. I'm glad you got some consultation on that. Arrows can get expensive. Hawker 125, do it. Can't recommend it enough. Alright, we're 60 miles per hour. Let's put some power in. We're 1100 feet. That runway does look awfully short. I am not gonna lie, it looks awfully short. If we're not on speed, there's a good chance we could come up too short and smack dead into that cliff side there. If we're coming in too fast, we could overfly and shoot right off the end down into the water. Either way, that's bad. Alright, we are beating the numbers though, so let's go ahead and pull carpeets on. Power's back. We're already 80 miles per hour. Go ahead and grab a up down wind, grab flaps 2, put some trim down in, pull the power all the way out. I'd rather be too slow and compensate with power than too fast and float all the way down the runway and have to take back off. But don't worry about that mountain directly in front of us because we're not gonna fly into that thing today. At least I hope not. hours all the way out. And I don't know. 400 feet. I don't know. $70 miles per hour. Okay, I think I can deal with that. Are we going to be able to get stopped in time even if we touch down? We bounced a little bit. Come on, come on. Alright. Melvin Leroy, I'm not gonna disagree with that. Is a very intimidating approach, and just everything, you know, your base, you're looking and you're flying right into the side of the cliff. You know, you're around that final, and what are you looking at? You're looking at another cliff you're coming up to. So it's definitely an interesting approach. Okay, so here we are at our third updated X-Plane 12 airport by Laminar Research. We see here we have another custom terminal. Welcome to Saba. Let's go ahead and hop out of the plane here. Welcome to Saba. So there's another custom sign, custom terminal. Lots of solar panels there. So yeah, that's the third airport, the third update. So we took off out of Juliana, we flew to St. Bart's, and we flew to Saba. So our last leg is going to be heading back to Juliana. Juliana Tower, November 8033 Foxtrot is on the ground at Tango November Charlie Sierra. We would like VFR departure heading 010 degrees. Maybe. Try it again here. 118.7. Maybe it does simulate operating hours. Juliana Tower, November 8033 Foxtrot, on the ground at Tango November Charlie Sierra, looking for VFR departure heading 010 degrees. Maybe switching over to Unicom. No, again, nobody's listening. Okay. What type of Unicom do we have here? Any? Common Advisory 118.25. I'm not sure how they're gonna do that. I did hear about that, but I'm not sure how that's going to happen. Captain Boombazo. Saba traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot. It's gonna back taxi runway 12, Saba.
Runway 12.
Skyhawk 8033, Foxtrot, Juliana info, roger.
Runway 12, 30.
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, runway 12 is available for back taxi.
Sweet! Okay, so it seems like operating hours are simulated in there anyway. Switched over to the advisory. When I back taxi, and this is just my personal preference, and there is no FAA, no FAR regulation for this. When I back taxi, I always back taxi off of the center line because I do not want my nav lights to be construed as runway lights. If you're taxiing right on the center line, if you've got a very skinny runway, you know, there's a very good possibility that your nav lights could blend in or be misconstrued with one-way lights, and the runway could look clear when in fact it is not. Mostly important at night, but it is just a practice that habit that I'm in all the time. Alright, real short field this time. Taking a look at our windsock, we got kind of a quarterling headwind. I see 1, 2, 3.5 bands maybe, so what is that, maybe 10 miles per hour, but it is all over the place. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Nose wheel forward, full power, car feet's off, flaps are up, brakes are on, let the brakes off. Juliana Tower, or Juliana traffic, November 8033. Saba traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot is taking 12 straight out departure.
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, no traffic in the circuit.
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, roger, continue as planned.
Okay, we'll continue as planned. Okay, so I think I like the SayIntentions AI so far. The real test is gonna be probably tomorrow when I put it up against an IFR flight from an uncontrolled field to a controlled field. So tomorrow we'll be departing out of my home airport, Morrow County, and making an instrument approach to some local airport. Alright, we're 600 feet now. Let's climb up to 1,800 feet, maybe. We're 25 miles from Juliana now. Alright, we'll see if we can grab plate following now. Juliana approach, November 8033 Foxtrot, type 172, 2 miles northeast of Tango, November Charlie Sierra. We would like VFR flight following to Tango, November Charlie Mike, currently 1,100 feet.
Skyhawk 8033, Foxtrot, Juliana approach. You are already under flight following. Continue as planned.
Continue as planned, Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot. I'm wondering if I had switched to my transponder over to VFR prior to that call, if he would have given me a new transponder, or if he would have said I was already under plate following. So back to Juliana. This is going to be our last stop for the day. We will have hit all three of the brand new Caribbean update airports for X-Plane 12. Dot 1, dot 2, beta 1. A nice 90-mile flight.
Destination Vegas is
127.65.
127.65.
On initial contact you have information Lima.
Lima.
Princess Juliana International Airport, information Lima. 0,000 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, scattered at 1800 feet. Temperature 29er. Dew point 27. QNH 1016. Arriving and departing runway 2A. Visual approaches in use. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. VFR departures contact clearance delivery on 121.65. Advise on initial contact you have information Lima. Princess Juliana International Airport,
Lima is current. They're landing runway 28 though. I wanted 10. Pilatus PC-12 for X-Plane 12, huh? I do not personally know off the top of my head. I see a boat. I don't think Aeronauta's done much of any updates for X-Plane 12 at all for any of their aircraft, unfortunately. Back in my P3D days, they had their 172 November, and I just loved that aircraft. And I really wished that they would have updated it for X-Plane and X-Plane 12. But they did not. However, is that an aircraft carrier? If that is an aircraft carrier, we're going to be doing some carrier ops. If it's not a carrier, we will continue on to our destination. That is a pretty big boat. It might actually be a carrier. Maybe that's not a carrier. Is it? I can't tell just yet. Might just be a really, really big cargo ship. Yep, looks just like a really big cargo ship. Dang. I was hoping to do another short field landing on a carrier this evening. Alright, well, let's see what we can do here. Juliana approach, November 8033 Foxtrot. We have Juliana in sight and would like for you to cancel our VFR flight following.
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, roger. Radar services terminated. Squawk VFR. Frequency change approved.
Okay.
At our 12 o'clock, about 3 miles out, you might spot the stunning secret beach. Now this isn't just any beach. It's a place where the sand is so soft it feels like walking on a cloud made of marshmallows. Legend has it that a pirate once buried his treasure there. But all he left behind was a rusty spoon and a note that said, "I forgot where I put it." Speaking of forgetting, my friend Toby once tried to impress a girl by doing a cartwheel on the beach, but he forgot he was wearing flip-flops. Let's just say he ended up in the water, and the only treasure he found was his dignity floating away. So if you fancy a dip, make sure to leave the cartwheels to the professionals.
Wow.
Requested.
Air Canada
Read back
1203.
all runway
The
and
traffic
hold
ahead of
short
you.
instructions.
To your left is going to the left.
VFR
Heavy Airbus.
departures contact
Contact
clearance
tower on
delivery on
119.7.
121.65.
Traffic.
Advise on initial contact. You have information
Air
Lima.
Canada 1203.
Princess Juliana International Airport. Information Lima. 0.
Juliana Tower, November 8033 Foxtrot, type 172, 7 miles south, 1,700 feet. We would like to land Atis Lima.
Skyhawk 8033 Foxtrot, Juliana Tower, wind 075 at 5, runway 10, cleared to land.
Runway 10, cleared to land, Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot. Alright, well, we got 10 then. I don't know, Hawker. It may be possible. We'll take a closer look at the settings once we get back down on the ground here. I'd kind of like to find that out myself.
Skyline 422 Alpha Mike, hold short of runway 22 traffic on short final. Holding short of runway 22, Skyline 422 Alpha Mike.
Yeah, so far it's worked out alright. So I don't know what the monthly subscription price is just yet. I'll take a closer look at that once we get back into the hangar. I think it might be great in instances where I want to practice a specific approach, but there may not be any live ATC available to handle a certain request. Once again, I do want to thank everyone for coming in and hanging out this evening. Sunday evening is the 5-year anniversary of the Virtual USA Flying Club. So we are having a big 5-year anniversary event. If you're a member of the Virtual USA Flying Club, there are over $300 in prizes that are going to be given out. If you're not a member of the Virtual USA Flying Club and would like to be, the only prerequisite is that you are a VATSIM member. We hold about 5 to 6 general aviation style events a month. So if that is something that you might be interested in doing, I'm going to put the link to join their Discord right here in the chat. And if you're not a member of the club and would like to be, like I said, just join the Discord, be a VATSIM member, and we'll be able to do a bunch of group flights together. Carpete's gonna come on, power's out as we make our descent down here.
Citation 433 Mike Whiskey, hold short of runway 12 traffic on final. Holding short of runway 12, citation 433 Mike Whiskey.
Did they say tree? Alright, let's get flaps 1 in. Approach speed 80 miles per hour. So 70 miles per hour, we're 500 feet above the ground. Looks good, let's start rolling into a final. Hawker coming in with the landing rate prediction of 109. Exclamation point predict. Get your landing rate prediction in. We're a little bit high in the glide slope, that's alright, we are in a small plane. Got a 7,000 foot runway here. There's a little bit of a displaced threshold, so we cannot use that for our landing. But I am going to aim for the numbers for our touchdown point. Yeah, that wind just pushed us completely off the center line there. Alright, let's rudder, straighten our aircraft out.
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, welcome to Juliana. Taxi to parking at your discretion and stay on this frequency.
Taxi to parking at discretion and remain on frequency. Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot. Alright, let's go over here, find a place to park and shut down. And then we'll head back to the hangar. We'll do a little bit of debrief on what I thought about the SayIntentions AI and scenery in general. Well, let's see how they respond to this. Juliana Tower, Skyhawk, November 8033 Foxtrot is at the ramp and shutting down. Have a good night.
Skyhawk 33 Foxtrot, roger, have a great day.
Whoa, okay. Alright, strobes going off, nav lights off, taxi lights off, beacon's gonna hang on for just a bit. Let's go and get our avionics off, G5s are gonna go down. And get our compass off here. Mixture to lean. Max off and master to off. Beacon off. Melvin Leroy, I do think that might be a plus. He says I ended on good terms with ATC. I always try my best to do so. I really do.
Diamond 371 Bravo, Charlie turn left heading 270 vectors for sequencing.
Okay.
Left heading 270 Diamond 371 Bravo, Charlie.
Alright, good to know. So with radio power off, we're still getting some traffic from SayIntentions, and once I figure out where I put, okay, sorry, let's go ahead and take a closer look here at the SayIntentions settings again. Okay, settings, general, okay, sim brief, I'll have to put that stuff in there I think tomorrow if we do the IFR flight, identity, headset, controls, multiplayer, intercom, tour guide Janet. Alright, here we go. This might be what we need here. Passenger. Okay, so there's cabin crew, a bunch of cabin crew options, and some tour guides. How about that? And they go into descriptions. So Janet is a little rambly and perhaps not that smart. Guaranteed to make you go cross-eyed and wonder how she ever got a job as a tour guide. And then we have Sarah. Short, to the point, friendly, and fun. Sarah is the perfect professional tour guide for any situation involving paying clients on your charter flights. Then we have Jeff. Educated and verbose, Jeff will give you all the information you could want. He's a walking, flying encyclopedia. Cabin crew. Your
Bonanza 64
Lots
Foxtrot
of
Alpha 2
options
cleared for
there.
takeoff runway tree 2.
Then
Cleared for
miscellaneous.
takeoff runway tree 2, Bonanza 64 Foxtrot Alpha 2.
Active Sky integration, if enabled, ATC will use Active Sky weather for ATIS runways and operational decisions. There's an experimental tab, it says changing these settings will cause problems, so we're not going to change any of that. Okay. So we can close out of that. And I guess we will head back to the hangar.
Skyhawk 505 Alpha Mike, descend to 2,000 feet, report established on the localizer.
Descending to 2,000 feet, will report established on the localizer Skyhawk 505 Alpha Mike.
Alright everyone, I do want to say thank you for coming in and hanging out this evening. Definitely sort of a multifaceted flight. We got to experience a lot of new things. The primary focus this evening was to fly the new Caribbean update in X-Plane, the latest beta of X-Plane. 12.1.2 includes 3 brand new airports for Princess Juliana, St. Bartholomew, and Saba Island. And we've got Tango November Charlie Mike, Tango Foxtrot Foxtrot Juliet, and Tango November Charlie Sierra, respectively, for that. So that was the focus. That was definitely fun. The other thing we experienced was this relatively new SayIntentions AI. This is a brand new AI-based ATC service for Flight Simulator 2020, X-Plane 11 and 12, and P3D. It did what I expected it to do for an AI type ATC. I tried to bring in some more real world type stuff to it, and I think I just confused it. In the real world, we have this handy dandy approach chart for St. Bartholomew, and we have all of these mandatory reporting positions that we need to call out to Juliana approach as we approach those reporting points. The AI probably has no idea about that. and I tested it, and it asked me to clarify my intentions. So it either doesn't know what I'm saying, or just it can't put the two and two together. That might be something I'll take up with the developer. And there are I don't want to get ahead of myself. Let me back up. There are several hundreds of airports that have mandatory reporting points. Do I think all of them need it? No, not really. But some of the more iconic airports, I think might be a good idea if they're going to implement something like this AI type stuff. Of course, I say that now, and then it'll probably try to take over later. But all in all, I think everything worked out well with the SayIntentions AI. It didn't ask me to necessarily repeat myself because it couldn't understand me. The only time it asked me to clarify my intentions is, when I said something that it probably didn't know how to handle. And yeah, that is true. Like I said, we have the VFR reporting points in X-Plane now, even as default. Like the islands were there, and everything was there. And I know they're there in MSFS, so I think something like that would be a good thing to include. And to my knowledge, Saba does not have a specific approach. And then I don't think Juliana has any specific reporting points as well. I think it's just St. Bartholomew that has those specific reporting points. Let's see what else. If you do have the latest beta, go to the xplane.org website and go and download Tango Foxtrot Juliet Windsock Overlay. Then just drop that into your custom scenery folder, and that will give you what you need to practice the approach in a more real world fashion, by being able to fly and aim between both of those windsocks and make that approach appropriately. What else do we want to talk about? SayIntentions, pricing. Let's take a quick look at that. Account, maybe. Okay. Let's see. Maybe it's under the frequently asked questions. How much does it cost? There we go. While we're in our paid beta stage, the price will be $29.95 a month. $29, so that's $30 a month. Let's see. Oh, okay. So that page must have been older, because now here it's saying $19.95 a month. That's a bit more palatable. $20 a month is a bit more palatable, I think, than $30 a month. Although, in my personal opinion, I don't think AI will ever be able to replace the human mind, and being able to use rationale and make decisions based on something more than just a logic that might make sense. I don't know, we got tomorrow to give it a continued try. Like I said, 24 hours from our first key up, which we probably first keyed up maybe about 7:30 or so. So as long as we get a flight in before 7:30, then then you know, it should work. And I think tomorrow's plan, like I said, I want to shoot an IFR flight out of a non-controlled field to a controlled field and see how that goes. So it's cheaper now. It's about $20 after this year's Flight Sim Expo, and he's trying to get it down to 15. 15 would be great, I think. I think that would be an amazing price for this product. I think $20 is even still decent for this product. You figure you pay $20 a month for Pilot Edge for the Los Angeles ARTCC, or you know, like $25 for their expanded package. Or we got $20 here for worldwide AI ATC. So, you know, apples to oranges, you get a real person, more limited coverage, you know, worldwide coverage, artificial intelligence. Then of course we have BatSim right there in the middle that has worldwide coverage available, but maybe not always active, but doesn't cost anything. So I will think about the subscription to it. Right now I just don't know just yet. Other than that, I don't think that I have anything else this evening. Yeah, the professional version of X-Plane seems to be working out pretty decently. Still discovering some of its features. The Virtual USA Flying Club, we're having our 5-year anniversary event on Sunday at 7 p.m. So I look forward to seeing some of you guys there as well. Sparky Pilot, thank you for coming in. I do greatly appreciate it. Captain Bumbazo, thank you for coming in as well. Melvin Leroy, always a pleasure, my friend. Hawker 125, always a pleasure for you as well. JJ was in here at the beginning of the stream. I don't know if he hung out at all. If I did miss anybody, I do apologize. But yeah, check out the go grab the beta from X-Plane, and fly those new airports. Definitely fun. That is it for me. Until tomorrow, I do hope you all take care and stay safe. Take care of each other. I think that's important. And let's see who we can continue our evening enjoyment with. Let's find someone that we can go and raid. Once I remember how to... Okay. Okay, my buddy Tommy is streaming. I haven't seen him stream in a while. So let's go and raid that flight sim dude. I don't know what exactly he is doing in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Oh, he is flying in the FNO on VATSIM. Looks like Calgary to Victoria up there in Canada. So, yeah, let's go raid him. If you can't stay for his stream, please just stay for the raid. And again, my name is Michael. It was my pleasure flying with you all. And we will see you all next time. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thanks for coming in, everyone.